Hey there, my name is ET and welcome to this message, your midweek message / interview with the energies of Carnelian. So Carnelian recently for me has been very present just around my apartment, but just in my life in general, but also coming up in readings, coming up with my chakra stones as being an energy center, the sacral, that needs work or needs attention or is being worked on right now collectively, which goes very well in line with the Scorpio full moon eclipse that just happened. Okay, so whenever you're watching this, that's sort of the energies that we're working through. Sacral energies of releasing what doesn't serve us. Sexual power, courage, self-assurance. Okay? And so what's interesting is, like I said, Carnelian has been very present. I didn't even realize I've been wearing this Carnelian necklace for the past 3 weeks, almost every day. And when I put it on, it feels warm, which is funny. It feels like a warm blanket. And so that just sort of triggered in my head the idea of energy. Right. When I put this on, I do feel like there is a warmth, or like it's fueling more movement in my energy body. Okay? There's more circulation of energy. And just to go a little nerdy for a second, I have multiple different pieces of Carnelian out. And the reason I decided today to sit down and record this message is actually because I forgot that I had this lot of raw Carnelian, raw, chunky, botryoidal, etched Carnelian from the Republic of Congo, I believe. And the craziest thing is, what sort of popped into my head was actually the biggest piece in the lot. And I call it my Cubone skull. So if you're at all a little nerd like me, and you were into Pokemon, then there's a Pokemon called Cubone, and he wears this skull. And I don't remember much about it, to be honest with you. Not a skull of Carnelian, but just an animal skull. But this one just reminded me so much of it. And so what I immediately got from that message, like, go find your Carnelian lot and go talk about Carnelian. Especially the Cubone mask coming into mind was take off the mask. So in terms of the collective energies, the message that really wanted to come out today is take off the mask. You have the energy around you. You're building the self-confidence to feed your creativity, which is the message of this card from this deck. But you're building all of that confidence. You're stoking internal flames of passion, internal flames of, yes, I can. I feel this strongly. 333 on the timer. I express what I feel. I'm confident in who I am. All of those energies are coming to the fore right now. So take off that mask, and more importantly, have strength in your identity. So strength and identity was literally the 3 words that I sort of heard. And then I just want to tie some things together. So there's obviously cards that I've already chosen and little things here that I've already chosen. But to bring it back to sort of what Carnelian is all about. Carnelian itself is Chalcedony. Wow, I really messed that up. Chalcedony. Chalcedony. Not really sure however you want to say it. I've heard it pronounced many different ways. But it's basically, I'm going to call it chalcedony with hematite, which is iron. That's what gives it its orange color. And chalcedony is nothing but micro quartz. Okay? And so the reason all of that is important, or the reason all of that comes to mind, is iron is when what is the word? Hemoglobin, hematite, right? all have to do with iron. And so that automatically ties all of this in beautifully with blood, with your blood, and how carnelian can stimulate the blood flow, a healthy heart. Okay, if we want to talk about physical things, right? A healthy heart, healthy blood flow, healthy energy, right? Not only that, but healthy metabolism, right? Stoke that fire within your belly. And what's interesting is that what I'm holding in my hand right now is what I call the heart grenade, because it sort of looks like a grenade with these like finger holes here. You see that cool pocket? But the point is, this is to be used in healing treatments with sound energy devices. And basically, because it fits so beautifully in the hand, the energy will then be put into the stone and sent up the arm. And if you didn't know, the thumb in particular and the ring finger connect directly up your left arm to your heart. And so this is meant, or will be used, for heart expansion, which is, again, that sacred flame within. And so what's also beautiful about this message is, as I was collecting the pieces of carnelian that I had around, I was sort of also reminiscing on, how long I've been working with carnelian personally. And as a Virgo, I've found it indispensable for increasing confidence, decreasing the noise in my head that says, no, you can't, or there's too many things to figure out, and sort of lighting a fire in both my belly, right? But also in some other places that's uncomfortable. I'm talking about under my ass, right? To get you going. Carnelian is an incredible stone of taking away procrastination and replacing it with divine fire and energy and inspiration. And so as I was going around and picking up the little pieces that I've collected over the years, or that I also sell on my shop, I was sort of taken by this little postcard from Dolly Moo over in Montclair, New Jersey. And they put these in the bags when you buy their products, beautiful products as well. And I just had this on my refrigerator, and because I guess I'm thinking of carnelian, I'm thinking of orange things, the pumpkin jumped out at me. And so immediately when I saw this on the refrigerator and thought carnelian and thought pumpkin, it made me think of this card, which is from the Woodland Wardens deck. And I had no idea that the meaning of this card was confidence. I just remembered that there were pumpkins on it. And so that just tied together so beautifully, because I believe the message of this card is, despite the boar looking like a rather wretched animal in comparison to the majesty of a horse, or a seahorse even, right? The beauty of a seahorse. In comparison, the boar, right? But it has the confidence in itself. You never see a boar not confident in what it's doing. It defends its territory almost to the point of aggression, right? It has pride in who it is. And so I think that's the overall message, is not only are you beautiful, but after this Scorpio full moon season, you might own this rather than just hear it. You know what I mean? I think often we hear things like, especially from loved ones, oh, you're so beautiful, oh, you're so smart, and you're like, yeah, thanks. But now you're owning this. You're in your confidence. You're in your beauty. You're in your feels, right? And all of that extra energy that used to be wasted in the form of self-doubt, in the form of lack of inspiration, is now swirling within your energy field, not only protecting it, but igniting and feeding your creativity. And so what's interesting also, where did the number 14 come in? Oh, okay. I wanted a number to go with Carnelian in some way. And so I did take a look at the Carnelian card. Is it here at the top? No. Okay. But I did take a look at the Carnelian card from Colette Baron Reed's Crystal Spirits deck. And it is number 14. And the overall message of that is self-assurance, but also dignity and poise. And what I took from it being number 14 was, what is the card number 14 in the tarot? It's Temperance. And in the back of the Temperance card is the sun, illuminating the entire scene. And the Temperance card itself speaks to solar plexus energy, which is fire energy, Sagittarius energy, Jupiter energy. And those same energies mirror number 19 in the tarot deck, the sun. Okay, so it's just very interesting tie-ins here. Okay. Another thing that I wanted to point out, or at least sort of mention, was I tried to incorporate a sort of Reiki energy, or at least the intention for a healing energy to come in any of my readings. And so today, what came forth was the symbol, or the energy of hearth in Karuna Reiki. And again, another beautiful synchronicity. This wants to go right here. What hearth is all about is the energy of unconditional love. And where does that come from but the heart center? Heart, hearth. And hearth is often, most often placed on the heart chakra to activate the feelings of unconditional love. And again, here's just another beautiful sort of synchronicity to tie everything together. In connecting with this Reiki energy, I naturally called in my angels and guides and thought, I wonder if I could ask them what other archangels support the energy of Carnelian, or what archangels can we call on when we're working with the energies of Carnelian. And so first, the Archangel Mary, Jophiel, and Sandalphon came out with Panda. Stay balanced and in your essence. But what I want to point out here is the hearts, the orange in the back for that divine fire, unconditional love energy of hearth that I'm trying to bring into this reading, but also hearth itself and the energies of Carnelian connect directly with Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, and those energies of unconditional love. So in addition to that card, this card came out. And the advice is to seize opportunities courageously. And in almost every reference book, it talks about Carnelian's ability to inspire courage. So Archangel Bakbi might also be another archangel that you can work with. And not too many people are familiar with this archangel. It's the Archangel of Birds. We have some wonderful beaming down of that sun energy, that fire energy, and also orange in the card as well. So eagles, or the eagle spirit, the energy of eagles, the energy of pandas, archangels Mary, Jophiel, Bakbi, and Sandalphon might be some energies that you can lean on, as well as hearth, if you are familiar with Reiki. So the last thing that I wanted to do was talk about, or actually not talk about, I wanted to grab some cards from the Soul's Journey. Oops, okay. To see in what particular situations going on currently, and that just kind of flipped out, so I'm just going to talk about that briefly. But in what situations going on currently in your life right now can Carnelian help you? Okay, so obviously in situations where you need self-confidence, but let's get a little bit deeper. Okay, let's get a little bit more information. So we have empathy here. I'm open to seeing both sides of the situation. And so while there's no orange in this card, what this brings me to is the energy of Mother Mary, the energy of Kuan Yin, and unconditional love. You have to have unconditional love to see both sides of a situation. So there might be a situation that you're put in right now. Okay, this is bringing it together, where you do see both sides, but you still have to have your confidence and enforce your boundaries and not let anything throw water on the fire that you already have going within you. And you can do that. You can still have empathy and show love, but be a spitfire, right? But be like the boar and have confidence and be ready to defend whatever needs to be defended. And so just put these mushrooms out here. I will say that typically Carnelian does carry a more masculine energy with these mushrooms being, phallus shaped. They will absolutely sort of stimulate that more masculine fire, confidence, assertion, the ability to assert yourself without arrogance, right? And actually the big mushroom back there in the middle is sardonyx, and I wasn't going to say this, but sardonyx is very similar to Carnelian. And I recently learned that sardonyx is actually 3 words put together. Sard, which is a type of mineral. Chalcedony, which is what onyx is, which is what carnelian is, chalcedony with hematite. And then the last word, onyx, which is the black or the lining, sort of, I actually have another piece of sardonyx here, which is different from carnelian because of the onyx, because of the sard, and because of the layering and composition of all of them. But I brought that out, or I had that here to sort of say it's a very protective stone, and so is carnelian. Carnelian is protective of your energy in the same way that strong fences make good neighbors, right? And both carnelian, I'm being called to sort of bring up one more time that both carnelian and sardonyx are beautiful in helping the body with circulation issues, not only to stimulate the fire in the heart, but because of the way that these stones are formed in nature, okay? They are layers. Obviously, you can see the layering in these stones, right? And also here, they are layers of minerals deposited out of a lava hot alkaline solution of silica and other minerals, including hematite, including sard, including the components of onyx, and obviously silica for the quartz. So that's just to say that the hotness and the pressure under which these are formed in layers can all help the body to adjust and balance those aspects. Perseverance, yeah, you have to have that fire to persevere. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. So the intention with these cards is to see what situations you might be in that carnelian or even sardonyx, now that it's out on the table, can help you with. And so there might be a situation where you feel like you're on your last leg, your last little burning ember is about to go out, and this is telling you to lean on the energies of carnelian, the energies of Kuan Yin and Mother Mary and Bakbi, right, to give you the strength to continue persevering. Let's just get one last card, one last little word to close the reading. I do what's coming up right at the end. I'm remembering take off the mask, stand in the strength, Cubone the Pokemon, right? But I'm also remembering the song Good Life. So recently the song Good Life by, I believe it's Imagine Dragons. This is gonna be a good life, right? I'm not a singer. That song might be a song or is a song that carries the energy of Carnelian, that carries the energy of the sun, and so you might want to listen to it as a hype song. But this final card that came out is freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Okay? And what I think is sort of interesting here is how complementary these cards and these cards are in terms of the color orange, the main color in Carnelian, opposite on the color wheel. And I said 2020 when I'm saying this, so this might have to do with balancing maybe too much fire. But opposite on the color wheel from orange is blue. Okay? So you might be a water sign who needs to work on stoking this internal flame, or you might be a fire sign who needs to work with Carnelian to reel in and manage, and that courage, that vigor, that willpower, but manage it with poise and confidence. Okay? So I won't just keep going on long and long about the wonders of Carnelian, but if you're a Virgo, or if you're a fire sign, or even if you're a water sign, I would absolutely recommend you take a look at working with Carnelian, the energies of Carnelian. I hope you found this video helpful or informative. If you did, please go ahead and give it a like. Absolutely leave a comment below with your experience working with Carnelian. If this resonates at all, or you have some advice as well, please do share in the comments. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. My name is E.T. I hope you have a wonderful day. Oops. Recording.